So the game becomes more complex. The bigger you get, the bigger the bullseye on your back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please bring to the stage Emmy Award-winning Shark Tank, Robert Herjavec. How important is the money? Where do you rate the money when you're looking at the vehicle that you might select?
Well, I think it depends where you are in life. Meaning, your ability to invest is determined by the level of capital you have at that point. And that's not a finality. It doesn't mean you can't get there, but wishing something doesn't make it so.
Right.
So what I learned early on was, I remember I was like working at a job and I wanted to buy a house. And I figured out how much I needed for a down payment. And I was like, crap, I'm gonna be like 30 before I can afford a house. Capital is the hardest thing to accumulate. And anything you can do to start building capital, because here's the beauty of capital, it grows. It builds on itself. So anything that you can do to get a regular income stream that you can build into capital is gold one day.
And then what do you do with that capital? Like, how do you invest your money? What do you love to invest in?
Somebody just asked me that. Number one thing I always invest in is myself. I know that sounds facetious, but...
These guys, yeah, they're with you on that.
Because I guarantee you, somebody said to you, oh, it's this, it's that, but you know what? They didn't make the friggin' effort to get up and show up. You cannot win if you don't show up.
You should be like a motivational speaker.
No, but it's true.
Right?
You know, I told you that story. This is a true story. I'm 22. I'm not making any money. I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what the answers are. And I see a seminar on how to improve your life. And I'm like, sign me up. And I go to 4 of my buddies. I'm like, guys, we are doing nothing with our lives. We should go to this. And all 5 of us are like, yeah. The seminar was $300. Out of the 5 of us, guess who the only one who paid the money and actually showed up was? Me. Mm-hmm. To this day, you gotta show up, you gotta make that investment. And you know, as I get bigger, it's not just showing up for this, it's showing up for your family, and it's showing up for yourself. I work out every day. Yes, I'm vain and arrogant, but I need the energy because has anybody in this room ever had a bad day? We all have bad days. You have bad days. I have bad days. Success is not doing great things when the sun is shining and everybody loves you and it's easy. Success is doing it on the days where you feel like crap and you don't want to friggin' do it and you can't do it. Where failure is just like seeping out of your body. Like, you got to get up, man, and you got to go on those days.
So how do you find that? Like, how do you find that thing when you're getting beat up, problems at home, problems with the kids, economy sucks, things aren't going? How do you find that in you, Robert?
So
is it just there now because of discipline?
No, man, it's never there.
Yeah.
You know, you never get to a point where it's easy. You get to a point where it's easier, but guess what happens? Your goals become harder. So the game becomes more complex. The bigger you get, the bigger the bullseye on your back. So you got to keep going. So for me, what I learned about myself is I tend to feel sorry for myself and I got to shake myself out of it. Like, so for me, it's working out. And I just learned a long time ago that
working out, you're a runner. I know
I'm a runner. If you're hard on yourself, life becomes easy. There are days where I run and it's no big deal, but there are days where running that distance will be the greatest thing I've done that day. But it's a friggin' win. And there are days, man, where I need a win. Because the rest of my day is all about losses. So build on those wins. Little things every day.
Yeah, that's right. How do you, like, once you get so successful, like, how do you still value the little victories in life? and then the big ones. Are you still looking for a big score? I mean, it sounds like you got pretty excited when you talked about the IPO and going public. And
I mean,
how much would that change your life, like a score like that?
Not at all.
No, not at all?
But
you'd go do something different.
No.
No?
So I did a deal 2 years ago. For the first time, I did an equity deal. I sold a piece of my company for $480 million. It's a lot of money, right?
Yeah, a lot of money, huh?
So it was with an equity firm called Apex. They're the 10th largest equity firm in the world. So we were in Trinidad and Tobago. It was during COVID. It was the only country we could go to. So the two founders of the company, the two principals, took me out for dinner. And they said to me, we're going to give you all this money. How do we know you're going to show up for work tomorrow? And I was like, oh, I'm friggin' going to show up. And I did. We did the deal. Next day I was in the office at 4:30 again. I don't think great money or great wealth changes who you are. It simply amplifies who you are. So if you're a bad human being and you beat your dog and you're not a nice person, guess what you're going to be like with a lot of money?
You're going to beat a lot of dogs.
And I love dogs, man.
Yeah, I love dogs too.
And if you love what you do and you want to add value and you want to do great things in life and you get great wealth, guess what you want to do? You want to add more value and you want to do more great things.